¿A dónde está papi? 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 ¿A dónde está papi?
Welcome to the Tuesday stream. I hope everyone's having an awesome Tuesday. Welcome, everybody. Welcome, Michael Hassler, Cosmic Seekin. How's it going, everybody? Welcome. Oh boy, do we have a lot of headlines to go through. Jesus. I'm still with Becky too. Yeah, she's still streaming. Heat, how's it going? Just a normal Tuesday, yeah. So, in some good memes, happen. I'm pretty sure all of you are aware. Of the whole Matt Taibbi Elon Musk debacle. Anybody who thinks that Elon Musk is your friend, and that Elon Musk had any intention of being any kind of pro free speech, anything, it's just wrong and naive. Naive is the word, if you want my opinion. I mean, like, even before Elon Musk took over, before the Dorsey regime, uh places like India had like their own like special, I guess, envoy representation. Um that is being used under the Musk leadership, and it's being used to censor like on like actual censorship, um real free speech violations and real free speech concerns. And I just find it funny how like Elon Musk was supposed to be, or was tried to be presented as some kind of free speech anything. Um, we all saw that exchange between Matt Taibbi and Mehdi Hassan. Embarrassing. Embarrassing. That like Matt Taibbi couldn't take like 5 seconds to be like, you know what? Yeah, that is a problem. But whatever. We just saw Musk has a major battery plant in China. Yep. Oh, Musk, we go over the story. It's a funny story. It's a good meme. It's like what is it? The leopard ate my face. A short story. DA Bragg just threw a wrench in Jim Jordan's investigation. He sued him. I don't know what that means, or if that even is relevant. Because like Congress can call him in and try to question him. Okay. Yeah, throw your dog and pony show. Whatever. Throw your dog and pony show in an attempt to like divert public attention to like Donald Trump's crimes. Yeah, whatever. McCarthy is not on a good side as of late. On a good side, he's never been on a good side. I don't know what that means. He's never been on a good side. Anywho, good memes. Figured I should start with that. If you want like the long and short of it. In case you were wondering what this was in context, Matt Taibbi's like Substack links, because Twitter's not allowing that anymore, because they're about free speech, is not allowing any Substack links, which is where all of Matt Taibbi's Twitter files and all that were supposedly housed. And it's just hilarious. It's honestly hilarious. Yep. Where are the text message exchanges? Because that was even funnier. The leaked DMs, I think was Elon Musk who leaked the DMs between him and Taibbi. Ah. Good memes. California Republican Kevin McCarthy, precarious hold on remaining of the House Speaker, appears to be slipping as he battles his own leadership over a tough budget proposal, while potential rivals for his job sit back and watch him sink. I mean, quite frankly, I don't expect McCarthy to be able to accomplish a lot. What's frustrating, it's just like basically more gridlock, nothing is going to move very much forward. Tybee did the Dog and Pony show for Musk. Yeah, he did. He did. Not only did he, not only was he like, oh yeah, I like Musk because he was like a free speech guy and whatever. But still refused to call out Musk on anything, to be quite frank. And then only for Elon Musk to turn around and shaft him. This is hilarious. Did you talk about the Florida GOP who compared trans people to mutants from X-Men? No. But it's Florida, so yeah, that wouldn't surprise me. It's Florida, so that would not surprise me. Yeah, here we are. Elon is only for Elon. Exactly. 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 Mutants and yes. Representative Webster Barnaby on Monday likened trans people to mutants from another planet. Jesus Christ. That is alarming. That is alarming, given the other type of rhetoric that we've been hearing from the right wing. Calls for, like, let's say what Michael Knowles said, to eliminate, or not eliminate. He specifically used the word eradicate transgenderism. And now we're having like trans people being compared to mutants from another planet. So in other words, we kind of here's an attempt to use that language to decouple humanity. In fact, they're not even from this planet, so we can do whatever we want to that. This is just wild that this came out of anybody's mouth. The fact that this came out of anybody's mouth is just wild. Holy yikes. Jesus Christ. Even by Florida man standards, that's bad. Yeah, no, this is horrifying. This is pretty bad. While arguing in favor of a bill that would make it a crime for trans people in Florida to use public restrooms consistent with their gender identity. Like, what is these people's obsession with people's genitals? This is what I'm flabbergasted about. Why are these people so obsessed about other people's genitals? Because, like, are these the type of people that, like, go around and look who's using what stall? It's just creepy, man. He then goes on to say, quote, "It's like I'm watching an X-Men movie during the Monday's hearing in the Florida House Commerce Committee. It's like we have mutants living among us on planet Earth. Some people don't like that, but that's a fact." Jesus Christ, it's so cringe. Oh my God. Becky coming in with a party of 6. Welcome, everybody. Thank you so much for the raid. I appreciate it. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Some of you may already know who I am. Some of you may have seen me trolling about in Becky's chat. But if you haven't, I am a difficult truth. I do the news. I do the politics Monday through Thursday, 5 p.m. Eastern Time. If you do end up enjoying the content, hey, hit the follow button. It's free. And you also get 6 free emotes. It's weird to see us overlap. True, but it's actually kind of cool too. Yeah, I'm the scary mod. Exactly. Imagine having an undercarriage test to get in the restroom. Yeah, like, how do you expect this to even, like, how do you expect this to be, like, enforced? And, like, again, why? Why do you want, like, what is the obsession with, like, if, like, okay, just leave people alone. Like, that's basically my, my like, standard, baseline, of operations. Leave people the fuck alone. Okay? And do you think that I'm going around when I go to the restroom and checking, like, the stall next to me? No, dude. That's so weird. Do you have a lower difficulty truth? No, I don't. I'm sorry. There's no gray area there for the truth. Also, I appreciate the follow. Yes, I'm the scary mod, exactly. I may not always chat, but I'm there. And most of the time, I'm watching. They're still trying to see Hunter's dong. Yes. By the way, this is the kind of shit, like, that blew my mind. Speaking of, Hunter Biden's dong, again, this exchange between Mehdi Hassan and Taibbi happened very recently. But Mehdi Hassan brought up something very important. In one of the first, like, arguably, the reason why he brought it up is because it was the most viral of the Twitter files. Matt Taibbi failed to mention, because, like, when you hear the way it was, like, being presented or attempted to be presented or put forward, was that, like, the Biden campaign, not the Biden administration, two different things. The Biden campaign at the time, because he was not in government, he was a candidate, not the current administration. The Biden campaign made several requests, and the response they got was, quote unquote, handled. To which it gave people that impression of, well, yeah, that seems a bit weird. But what it turned out to be, and, like, the thing is, Matt Taibbi posted these things. It wasn't a secret. He just wasn't very forthcoming about it. Those links were about Hunter Biden's dong. I'm not kidding. Those links that were requested, those posts that were requested to be taken down, which the response to that was, quote unquote, handled. Yeah, they were pictures of Hunter Biden's dong. Had nothing to do with politics. That's the kind of shit that, honestly, makes me very mad. You don't have to lie about that shit. You don't have to be deceptive about that shit. And then when pushed, like, against, because, like, obviously, you know, they have disagreements. So, like, Matt Taibbi should have been, like, prepared for this shit. He didn't even have, like, a proper response. He's just like, bro. Embarrassing. Anyways. Again, the thing that really ticks me off is liars and people who are purposely playing around and manipulating shit. Because Matt Taibbi knows what he's doing, or should know. I used the woman's John on Good Friday. The lady in there seems to take it well. I mean, unless you're, like, inspecting each other in the different stalls, I mean, it really doesn't matter. And how would you know? I don't know. It's just weird. Hunter does not apply or work in government, so why would it matter? No, that's the point, Alio, because, like, the perception was that, like, oh, you know, the Biden administration was getting, like, or the Biden campaign, not the administration, was, like, getting some kind of preferential treatment. Yeah, no shit. If a major company asked Twitter to take some shit down because it violated terms of service, yeah, the same thing with YouTube. And the point is, it doesn't matter. You're right. You're right. It doesn't matter. But the point that I was trying to make was that it was deceptive. It was deceptive the way it was presented. I'm gonna have to request Crusty Pornos because I'm still not sure I've caught them before. He, him, just regular old dude. Being proud is hard. Proud of what? Very nice and cool. Yeah, so the point being is that like I don't like people who casually leave out very important information. And also like the fact that he wasn't even capable of, because like the whole thing, the whole crux of this was supposed to be about free speech, right? That's the whole thing. Government intertwining, yeah, that's bad. We all know that. Government intertwining with corporations, especially corporations that have so much wealth of information, like Google or Facebook or Twitter. That's part of like what the crux of this whole thing was supposed to be about. The exchange between Mehdi Hassan and Taibbi had originally was over the criticism because he posted it up. It's still there. You can go find the tweet. So this is not like, this isn't something you can't just go back and look at it. It's there. The tweet is there. Mami Saja, thank you for the tier 1 sub. I appreciate that. Thank you for the support. You can go back and look at it. The original reason for that exchange, to which Taibbi even responded smugly, was like, oh, well, you don't know what I think, so why don't you have me on my show? The reason why the reason why that exchange happened was because there was a criticism, which even Barry Weiss pointed it out, which is holy shit, fucking embarrassing for Taibbi. That the Indian government, the Modi regime, was actually suppressing speech and had a complete direct line and was being acquiesced by Twitter. Currently, under Elon Musk. And his response, he was incapable of being like, well, that's bad too. So then what the fuck was this all about? Why was that so hard to do? I'm gonna dip because I have real stuff to do tomorrow for a change. Have fun, y'all. Hey, thank you so much for the support and thank you for stopping by. I appreciate it. Meanwhile, Trump's always in court, so who's innocent? Who knows? Musk is a douchebag? True. Taibbi's also neglected to mention all of the requests that Trump administration also requested tweets to be taken down as far as back as 2017. Yeah, he he failed to highlight that, you know, the requests between like, Biden's campaign requesting to take down Hunter Biden's dong pics versus Trump's administration, like the government, current administration at the time, asking Twitter to take down, and I shit you not, mean tweets. You can look this up. So you know what? Like from the beginning, my first initial question is like, why am I listening to the Twitter files via why am I listening to this Twitter files through anybody, filtered through anybody? If Musk was interested in any like actual transparency, he would just like release it all completely and let everybody kind of take that wholesale. But he didn't. He selected the people that he wanted to, and then filtered that down. That was my initial question from the beginning. Massive douche, massive douche thought he was privy enough to solve the. Yeah, he's not privy enough to solve anything. Chrissy Teigen calling Trump a pussy bitch is now in the congressional record. True, that was the very mean tweet. That the Trump administration, the government, asked to take down. Yeah. Anyways. This is a planet Earth where God created men, male and women, female. I'm a proud Christian conservative Republican. I'm not on the fence. Yeah, see, this is the problem with like the whole idea of the separation of church and state. It's there for a reason. If you are incapable of separating, your faith, and you're in a position of making decisions for people, for like, you're a politician, so the actions that you take affect other people who may or may not share your faith. That shouldn't be. You should be immediately excluded from being a politician. Barnaby issued a brief apology for his comments later in the day. I would like to apologize to the trans community for referring to you as demons. Wait, but he said they were mutants, not demons. Oh, no, he did. I'm sorry. He called them demons and compared them to mutant. Okay, I'm sorry. You're right. He called them demons. Okay. He also called them imps. Jesus Christ. The bill is under consideration on Monday, the Safety in Private Spaces Act. Again, Florida solving problems that don't exist. This is wild. How's it going, Holy City? He still thinks they're mutants, apparently. Yeah. Weak apology.
Elantra versus Nissan Sentra. Look what Elantra has.
Hey. What is this?
Sentra doesn't.
I don't care. I'm not buying a Sentra or an Elantra. How about that?
Hyundai Elantra wins every time.
And why is this continuing to play? Jesus. Okay. Glad to be here. Thank you. He still thinks they're mutants. Yep. Would make it a second-degree misdemeanor for adults in Florida to use a public restroom or changing facility inconsistent with their sex assigned at birth, and task schools with establishing disciplinary procedures for students who violate the proposed law. Again, so minors. Here's a question. I've got a question. How are you going to enforce that? And how did you know? Are you going to have adults inspect bathrooms? Because that's a red flag. Are you going to have, like, adults inspect kids' bathrooms? Yikes. GOP doesn't believe in a person's privacy. No, they don't. Make no mistake. Every time these people talk about small government, about freedom, about whatever, liberty, they mean the opposite. They mean the opposite. They mean the opposite. And task schools with establishing disciplinary procedures for students who violate the proposed law. The measure would additionally require state correctional institutions to house inmates based on their sex assigned at birth, rather than their gender identity, conflicting with federal guidelines. Barnaby on Monday directed his remarks at several trans speakers who testified against the bill during a public comment period. What an asshole. And this is the unironic rebuttal. Quote, "The Lord rebuke you, Satan, and all of your like, what is this? This is delusional. This is delusional. All your imps will become parade before us. That's right. I called you demons and imps. Yes, you're right, bipedal. Here's the imps insult. And pretend that you are part of this world. My righteous indignation is stirred. I am sick and tired of this. You can test me and try to take me on, but I promise you'll win every time. What? This is delusional. This is a person who's not okay. They're going to call this job creation. Oh, children's under... Yeah, well, I don't... Yeah, I mean, how else are you going to ensure who's using what bathroom? Snip, snip, poof. How's it going? Welcome from YouTube chat. So does this seem like a normal response to you, chat? Does this seem like a normal response to you? Quote, the Lord rebuke you, Satan, and all your demons and all. What is this? This is from a lawmaker who's literally shoving legislation down that affects people, that affects real people. This is what happens when Republicans win elections. This is what happens. You get this shit. Normal by Florida man standards? Well, it is Florida. Barnaby's comments appeared to take both Democratic and Republican lawmakers on the panel by why Republican? Why would Republicans be surprised by this? What do you... Okay. Some Republicans made a conscious effort to distance themselves from the remarks. Why? Why? This is what you want. You're not an evil being. Republican State Representative Chase Tremont then told those who had spoken out against the proposed legislation, I believe that that you're fearfully and wonderfully made, and I want you to live your life well. Well, then why are you in a party that's actively trying to invade such levels of privacy and want to make like life so unnecessarily difficult? Leave people the fuck alone. Jesus Christ. Representative Kirsten Arrington, a Democrat who spoke immediately after Barnaby said she was thrown off by his comments, you Richard the bill's opponents, that there are many here who understand and support you. Florida Republicans on Monday advanced the bill, sending it to the full House for a vote, of course. So, like, this kind of shit, like, it means nothing. It means nothing coming from this Republican. Echo Rest Dragon, how's it going? Anyways, Florida's having another normal one, I see. Is Barnaby a government worker or pastor? Does the job description include pronouncements? No, he's a representative. He's a state representative. Anyways. TLDR, Florida sucks. And, this is a good meme. Avoid strikes. Hello, how's it going? Are there some girls? I mean, are there some men who don't? I don't know what that comment is supposed to be. Are you looking under the stall for women? If they're in the men's room, are you looking at under the stalls to make sure, Grumpy? I'm hanging in there. So that's kind of weird. Why would you volunteer for that? I asked you if you were going around inspecting people in the stall next to you, or are you just there to use the restroom? Nice try though. It's just weird. Anyways, I guess before we get into some more headlines, we have to go over like the I guess we have to talk about the Super Mario Bros. Discourse, okay? So, oh man, if you haven't seen this, uh, I don't care who's in the stall next to me, just wash your hands. True! Oh man, did I not save that? Damn. The work girls, the worker bee, and didn't. I don't know what that means, dude, but you're kind of creeping me out. Bathrooms at home are unisex. Yes. Welcome, Maple Leaf. Let me see if I can find it. Here we are. Found it.
Mario Brothers just set a global opening week.
Found it. So, the title of this segment is called The Anti-Woke. Because woke doesn't mean anything. Super Mario Bros. Just set an all-time global record. This was like the entirety of like the right-wing anti like SJW kind of deal. Before the release. Oh no, Mario's gone woke because there was a strong female potential lead. God forbid. And like, these people are so full of shit because like chances are a lot of these fucking clowns would be absolutely like big fans of like Lord of the Rings and whatnot, and then like would never dare call the original Lord of the Rings woke, even though it had like several one of the most key like figures, one of the key like strong figures in that series was the lady that killed the Witch King. The only time I had an issue in a bathroom with guys, my friend and I used a men's restroom at a bar, and drunk guys were looking over the top of the stall being creeps. I really think that wouldn't have happened if unisex bathroom were normalized, or just the doors to bathrooms fully go to the ceiling. I mean, like maybe just like not be creeps. I don't know. It just seems like maybe people shouldn't be creeps. I'm just saying. Like, yeah, I could agree with like making like the doors or like the things taller, but like why are people looking over the stall? Why? Who does that? Drunk or otherwise? It's just like, dude, what are you doing? Carpet Packs, how's it going? I use unisex bathrooms at gay bars now, and no one's being dumb like that. I think it was the college boys being idiots. People grow up sometimes. True. I mean, like, yeah, it's fine. Like, if people aren't, people, then there should be no issue. Mario and Luigi Bros are very popular, so these culture wars are making the movie more popular. Thanks for free publicity. Not only that, it's just like the whole idea. Like these people are clowns. Off topic, breaking Republican panic as a massive financial info dump reveals that Tennessee and Kentucky conservative lawmakers are raking hundreds of thousands of dollars in blood money from the NRA. Not surprised. Better late than never. No, you got here at the right time, okay? You got here at the perfect time, Mayhem Hippie, because we're doing some real discourse, okay? Mario Brothers discourse. Yeah, Mario went woke, okay? But actually it didn't, because it was very successful because it's Super Mario Bros. It had nothing to do with it being woke or not. It's just like these people can literally just say like things that I don't like, and just kind of like woke means nothing. Humanist Report did a great video about the Mario Bros. Movie buzz from reactionaries. Oh man, okay, we'll look at that.
Mario Brothers just set a global opening weekend record for animated films.
Nice.
$377 million on a $100 million budget. And
yes, I remember.
I think, we have.
I remember the original Super Mario Brothers movie, the live action movie. Yeah, I was there. Yeah, I was there. Do you want to know who looks under and over bathroom stalls? Creeps. Because that's not normal behavior. As Becky just said, that's like some again, not excusable. Like drunk frat boy guy behavior, not good. Bob Hoskins is the only Mario.
We have a clip.
True
actually,
discourse
from,
right here.
From the film.
I got this. No problem. Yes! Come on, Mario! Our big adventure begins now!
Honestly, like,
Get it off, get it off, get it off!
Why Top Gun did so well.
Yeah.
And they're not even right wing. They're just leave people alone and let them have a fantasy. That's why I can't watch anything on Netflix now. It's all brainwashing. Everybody knows that, but that's my same question. Why?
true, dude. Everything on Netflix, just brainwashing. True. I want to see this movie. I think my boyfriend and I will go see it this weekend. No, you're going to be supporting the anti-woke agenda.
Is Anheuser-Busch committing suicide? Why did Hollywood commit suicide? Why is the
Oh, yeah, dude. Dude, totally. Hollywood's in the in the tank. Oh, man.
left doing this? Why are they like kamikaze?
Mario Brothers just set a global opening.
Yeah.
The Bush Guide, cold and smooth survival.
Yeah, or how's it going, the simulacra? Or support the pro-woke Princess Peach agenda. True. Woke blondes need to support woke blondes. True. Yep, this is it. I found it. I like Carol Crowder, Mr. Alex Jones. I hope everyone thinks about a video game movie. No, it's literally like mindless dribble, like from two people who just want to use this as a club to launder fucking far right bullshit.
Well, the Super Mario Bros. Movie launched over the weekend, and as the other less good THR reports, its opening was apparently stupendous, grossing $204.6 million in the US and $375.6 million globally, which is the best global opening for an animated film ever.
Yeah, and like, it's fucking Mario Bros. It's not because it was anti-woke. I don't even know what that means. It's not because it was anti-woke. It's because it's fucking Mario Brothers. How woke can it be? Chris Pratt is in it? No, it's not. It's not woke. I don't like, whatever. It doesn't mean anything. That word doesn't mean anything.
Now, I know why the movie did well. I know you're probably thinking it's because Super Mario Bros. Is a massive franchise, right?
Yeah.
No, actually, the movie did well because it was anti-woke. And it's truly inspiring to see this movie do so well because it demonstrates that Americans are just fed up with wokeness. They just want to take their family to watch a movie without some political agenda being shoved down their throats by some Hollywood elites. Plus, it doesn't hurt that it also stars Christian King, Chris Pratt. As Steven Crowder put it, the anti-woke Super Mario Bros. Movie just set a global record.
Yeah, which we just
now,
watched
here's
the
what
clip.
he and his colleagues, specifically Alex Jones, had to say about this movie.
Mario Brothers just set a global opening weekend record for animated films.
Nice.
$377 million.
Chris Pratt
on
is
a
the Tim Tebow of
100
actors.
million-
True. That's probably like the best analogy. I guess that's the word I'm looking for. The comparison. True.
dollar budget.
Why Top Gun did so well.
Yeah.
And they're not even right wing. They're just leave people alone and let them have a fantasy. That's why I can't watch anything on Netflix now. It's all brainwashing. Everybody knows that, but that's my same question. Why is Anheuser-Busch committing suicide? Why did Hollywood commit suicide? Why is the left doing this? Why are they like kamikaze?
So basically, the movie is anti-woke because in a climate where Hollywood elites are always trying to push some sort of agenda down our throats through film, to be a
Which, by the way, that's ooh boy, are we skirting some lines there.
political in this environment makes it inherently anti-woke. And this film proved that you don't actually have to cater to the libtards to be successful. And other conservatives online echo the same sentiment as Steven Crowder, with video titles like Mario destroys box office as woke movies fail massively.
True.
Make him gay. The woke media has meltdown over the Super Mario Bros. Movie, not in.
By the way, Yellow Flash is one of the most insufferable, like anti-SJW kind of dealios. Oh my god, this guy is insufferable. If you've ever seen a Yellow Flash 2 video, God save you.
Including LGBT content. Super Mario Bros. Just destroyed woke Disney at the box office. Families.
And like the funny part is like these are all like fucking quarter pounder knockoffs. Like, do you see this layout? This is exactly very similar to how the quarter pounder used to do videos, thumbnails.
Are done with Disney. Woke actor gets triggered by a Super Mario Bros. Movie. John Leguizamo boycotts over white people. Super Mario Bros. Humiliates Disney and establishment critics by rejecting wokeness. So as you can see, the film is anti-woke, and that's why the critics hate it so much. But unfortunately, the film is actually very much so woke according to other conservatives. Yes, you heard that right. It's woke, and it's because Princess Peach is portrayed as a girl boss in the film, which...
Oh man, I love this. This absolutely is so incoherent. If your opinion is to label something woke or anti-woke, then you're the one making it political, not the creators / what you're labeling. Yeah, exactly. And like a lot of media will have some kind of social commentary. Sometimes it's political. It's art.
Obviously.
Yeah, that's a good emote, courtesy of $27. Really, Nintendo's been downhill since they let Peach drive in Mario Kart. True. I'd rather my kids be woke than whack. True. Conservatives hate establishment now. It doesn't have to make sense, Becky. It doesn't have to make sense. I've tried. You can't. What's the saying? You can't logic your way out of something that wasn't logicked into any from the beginning. Republican pundits gotta waste everyone's time. It's on purpose. It's to continue to prime that rage machine. Listen, today's thing to be angry about is woke Mario. Okay, that's what you need to be angry about this time. Or not woke Mario. These people can't keep their stories straight.
Pretty overtly woke.
Now you might be thinking, Anna, who cares? It's just some dumb movie, but you should care. And
Wrong
here's
thing.
why.
Oh my
Because what they
god.
are
Nice meme.
doing is they're trying to brainwash society to think that that's how women are supposed to be. And this is dangerous because then we have women who go out there who think they're men and they wind up getting hurt. They wind up getting raped. They wind up
Wow, dude, true. You know what? That's exactly what I think every time I see a slightly strong female lead. True. What?
because this is who's going to consume this content? Well, young kids, right? It's a cartoon. Adults, unless you're a loser, you're probably not going to want to watch that, right?
Whoa! Hold on. Ma'am? As a 90s person, and I guess according to you, a loser, I take grand offense to that. Madam, whoever your name is, Anna Perez. Ouch indeed.
So, unless you're watching with your kids. But the reality is, this has actual ramifications on society. Young women see stuff like this, and it just brainwashes them to be a feminist, to be a badass feminist, and it's not realistic.
Wait, so now, hold on. Wait. I'm sorry. First of all, like, she said that originally, like, it made women, like, girls want to be boys because of the girl boss thing, but now it's girls are going to be turned into feminists. Oh boy, there's a lot to unpack in these like couple of seconds. I don't know, man. It doesn't make any sense. A lot of losers in this world. True. We're too bimbo to think for ourselves. Exactly. You gotta let the men handle that. You know.
As strong as men. Women aren't the ones who are gonna go out there and be like, watch this, let me kick ass. This like badass bitch culture is actually ruining women.
True.
And it's ruining society, and nobody knows where they stand anymore. So actually,
True, dude. No one knows where they stand. True. Women, stop speaking for yourselves. Okay. Listen. We don't need you to tell us where you stand. Okay. Stop trying to stand up for yourself and just be you. Stop doing that. Because then, I don't know. One day you'll be sitting there, and then you're gonna be watching Princess Peach, a animated figure, and next thing you know, you're gonna be standing up for yourself. Can't have that. Extremists and the unenlightened non-thinkers are addicted to hate rush. Yeah, exactly. No kidding. Like honestly, like unironically, all kidding aside, it's literally just to launder this kind of like hate and anger. That's it. That's all the purpose of any of this is. It's meaningless dribble on the surface, but underneath it, it's meant to keep that machine going, you know? That's the point of all this. You'll hear me, I promise. Heck yeah. That's how it should be. Slippery slope versus the pants and female leads. Where will it lead? Damn. True. And a president Republican pundits want helpless women characters. Why don't they produce their own movies? That's a good question, because guess what? They did. And you know what was one of the first movies that conservative, like, independent media produced? Yeah, Little House on the Prairie, or some weird Terror on the Prairie with a, that's right, strong female lead. And we all know where that ended up.
it has real consequences. I'm sick and tired of seeing unrealistic things like that. Please make her a helpless princess again.
And it's funny. It's funny that like this is the kind of commentary we'll hear, but like this was other than like when the final numbers came in of 804, as the Simon Locker just pointed out, when the final numbers were like actually discovered or revealed, I should say, then only then the argument became, because it was woke, because there was a strong female lead, that's why the movie did bad. Not because it was a crappy movie with crappy lines and crappy writing and crappy acting, probably. I don't know. I'm not paying the Daily Wire a cent. But I imagine most of the critics' problems, like when you talk about like the actual structure of the movie, was because it was just bad. It was just bad. It was just bad. But you know, only then is when the switch is flipped. Oh, it's because whoa, no, hold on. It's because it was woke, because a strong female lead. Yes, that's why. That kind of stuff wasn't happening here. Please make her please make her a helpless princess again.
Okay, that's a lot more fitting for Princess Peach. Sorry.
You got Peach just taking charge.
Games, Geeks and Gamers.
Charge, stands up right there. Like right at that moment right there, when I saw that, I was thinking.
And like, yeah, this is before all of this, I guess dropped, before the numbers dropped, because before the numbers dropped, I'm assuming that this is all like pre-movie release. Oh, it's gonna, it's woke, go broke, or whatever bullshit. Well, what happened? Oh, now actually it's because the movie's anti-woke. That's why it did good.
From Toy Story 4, Rey Skywalker, and she seems to dominate the rest of the trailer. Mario's the bumbling idiot. Again, if we're not dealing with current day Hollywood, then these red flags probably aren't an issue for me. But when I see that, the first thing I'm thinking about is Bo Peep from Toy Story 4. That's the first thing I thought of. And Peach just kind of dominates the narrative of the rest of the trailer. But it is impossible to not be alarmed by these things in current day Hollywood. It's absolutely impossible. I mean, Peach is just like, there's literally, Peach has done nothing but be stoic and smart and powerful and commanding, and Mario is bumbling, stumbling idiot. Look, like right there, she just has this confidence. You know, she's just standing there with all this confidence. Again, I hope I'm wrong. I hope I'm 100% wrong.
Now, to be fair, that last clip was filmed before the movie came out, but he was right to be alarmed by the film's portrayal of Peach as a strong...
Right, so that's exactly the argument, right? No, we're having some serious discourse, SV Harkin, okay? Listen, the Mario stuff, very important, okay? I'm looking to dig down to the truth over here, all right? Anyways. Yeah, I knew that video. Yes, okay, because it makes perfect sense now. So before, when the trailers were out, these people were saying, "Oh, go work, go broke, grumble, grumble, grumble." And now that it did so well, it's like, yes, it actually did well because it was anti-woke. Used to call snowflakes the ones complaining about cartoons, M&Ms, and beer. True. I'm sure it has nothing to do with the Mario franchise trying to reach a large audience of customers. Yeah, the Mario franchise is huge.
Confident, independent woman, because others noticed this too. The Super Mario Bros. Movie, woke trash rant. Peach is a girl boss? Well, at least the kids will love it. Super Mario Bros. Movie, woke? Princess Peach is an SJW girl boss? Ray Sky...
True, dude.
Walker again? And another about the movie before it came out, saying it simply looks like woke garbage. So now you kind of have two different camps here. While Geeks and Gamers was originally concerned about an independent girl boss type of Peach, turns out they switched teams and are firmly in the it's anti-woke camp now. And they even had 3 different videos praising the film, 2 of which focused on how triggered the wokesters were that the film was not woke. This YouTuber also landed on both sides of the argument, with the wokesters...
Yeah, dude. True. Look at all the woke people that are triggered because it checks notes. Did very fucking well. What? Okay.
apparently being triggered that Mario is white, while the rightoids were triggered over Peach being too much of a girl boss. Now, just so we're clear here, we can all be triggered over the Super Mario Bros. Movie simultaneously, okay? All of us at the same time can be outraged for different reasons at this movie, as we should be with all films that come out. But that YouTuber in particular seemingly concluded that the amount of girl boss was actually permissible because Peach doesn't cross the woke line in other areas.
She is extremely recognized.
Damn, dude, the mental level, the Olympic levels of mental gymnastics, damn, on display here are fucking outstanding. Cool. So we have like a woke threshold now. So now it doesn't even matter because like you can technically be woke, but now it's not that you are woke now that it's woke, but like you haven't crossed that threshold. Okay. Jesus Christ.
As Princess Peach, there is no doubt that this is Princess Peach.
This hurts my brain. It's okay. This is meaningless dribble. Honestly, like the only thing that that's actually legitimate commentary that is worth like kind of talking about is the fact that like these people are literally using fucking. First of all, the arguments are incoherent because their ideology is incoherent. But the point being is that they will literally use all any little culture war thing that they can try to manufacture and will into existence just to keep the outrage machine going, just to continue to make you mad, or like this is now the thing that you conservative person need to be mad about or whatever. Look how the anti-woke agenda is whatever, dude. You're just trying to use that as a wedge to continue that outrage machine. But people are believing this. Yes, it does. Yes, it works. It works. It works for them. Conservatives have nothing up here. Soup. Yeah, exactly. Outrage du jour. It's like they just like they just get, you know, the daily or weekly thing that they're supposed to be angry about on the you know, they want the Steven Crowders, and then in the evenings you get your Tucker Carlson White Power Hour, because he'll tell you what else you're supposed to be angry about. I mean, like, yeah, it's literally the only thing that keeps this thing going.
She didn't get that race swap. She didn't get the drastic body type change.
What? Bro, it's a fucking Mario character.
Didn't get defeminized. She still has her dress. She still has the pouty feminine lips.
What?
The pretty makeup and hair.
What does that mean? What does that mean? Outrage du jour, exactly. Oh, hold on. Maple just presented us with the proper meme as to how we're gonna end this this segment. Oh man, this is great.
She's definitely all dolled up, a very feminine woman, okay? But she's feisty, but this is not a change to the character. Peach has always been feisty.
So there you have it. Look, I'm sure that you all find this conversation very intellectually
Yes, dude, this is truly the pinnacle of discourse, right here. Just came back. Was lurking elsewhere. What are we debating? The Mario movie? Yeah, no, we're having some serious discourse here. Apparently, we're going into the academic abyss.
stimulating because, you know, who's to say what is and isn't woke? Maybe what is woke is in the eye of the beholder. Maybe art is subjective. Maybe you can make the case, really, that any particular brand
discoursing around, exactly,
is both woke and anti-woke simultaneously based on whatever narrative that we're currently trying to push. If I had to guess, I'd say that if the Mario movie bombed, most conservatives would claim it was woke and it bombed because it was woke. But since it did well, of course it behooves conservatives to pretend as if it wasn't woke, to imply that most Americans are fed up with wokeness. But regardless of how valuable...
True, the author on the woke couldn't even define it. That was a good meme. And like, it wasn't even like a hostile like podcast. She went on She went on like Brianna Joy Gray's podcast.
This very, very substantive conversation has been. I
True.
do think that as individuals, we have to know definitively, is this film woke or is it anti-woke? So allow me to give you the definitive answer as to whether...
Thank you, Figueroa. We truly need an answer here. We truly need an answer, okay?
Not this is woke. So let me just take a moment to kind of think it over and ponder this.
Can we just enjoy movies if you don't like it? No one's forcing them to watch it. Who cares if it's woke or not? These people hurt my heads. Yeah, I know exactly, Alice McGee. Echo Resto is saying the same thing. This is all meaningless dribble, okay? This is for the memes because how do I put this? The couple of stories are going to be very heavy, so yeah, we're just going to enjoy ourselves, all right, for a moment,
for a little bit.
Make him gay. John Leguizamo boycotts over white people. Princess Peach is an SJW girl boss? Rey Skywalker again?
She didn't get that race swap.
Race swap.
Up yours. woke moralist.
Whoa, hey, Alyosher. Whoa. There's your name. Thought I wouldn't catch that?
Up yours, up yours, up yours.
Special thanks to Ali. You're the first one. Look at that. Nice. Cool. It's not what's woke is anyways, the right wing co-opting a word. Yeah, it's meaningless. The word woke doesn't mean anything. Coming from them doesn't mean anything. And it's on purpose too. Chris Rufo told us. Yeah, look, that's you. You got a special thanks. You got a little shout out down there. Maybe the YouTube thing is blocking it. The what's it called? The play button, the little bar is kind of blocking it. But at the very, very bottom, under the pause, right on top of the, right beneath the pause button, is your name. I see it. Yeah, yeah, there you go. Anyways. So, in conclusion, cool. I need to save this. Share. Where is the save, watch later so that I can put maybe I can download it and make some kind of meme out of it. I don't know. I've got to fix my what's it called? The little pad thing that helps me do sound effects. It's not working, so I don't have any sound effects. I can't do anything. Surprised you have never seen it before? Yeah, I haven't. The humanist report has been pre-reached, so that's pretty cool. Yeah. The word woke was always defined to me as having awakened to the truth that systems of oppression exist as a consequence of hegemonic power that is unconscious and therefore requires dismantling of existing powers. Well, yeah, I mean, like, if you really want to go down, like, the academic, like, damn, dude, we're going to go down some fucking theory shit. That's one, like, that's a pretty good summary or good definition. But no, coming from these people, the word woke coming from these people just means things that I don't like. Things that I don't like. That's too many words for the long rage. For the rage addicts, yep. You said these people, but I'm fairly conservative and I just defined it. I'm pretty sure when I meant these people, I'm very specifically talking about the context of like most conservative pundits. When you talk about like your conservative alternative media, your anti-SJW conservative YouTubers, when they talk about like what woke means, it basically just means things that I don't like. Does that help clarify it, narrow it down? Anyways, I hope that was a little bit more clear. Now that we've had our fun, anybody I don't like being like, true. I can't speak for the talking heads, only for myself, really. Yeah, the problem is these talking heads, just like any content creator, any person who's on air, cable news, content creator, YouTube, their words and actions affect a lot of people. So that's pretty much where I direct my ire. The earliest known example was wokeness as a concept revolved around the idea of black consciousness waking up to a new reality of activist framework and dates back to the early 20th century. In 1923, a collection of aphorisms and ideas by the Jamaican philosopher and Soviet social activist Marcus Garvey included the summons "Wake Up Ethiopia, Wake Up Africa" as a call to global black citizens to become more socially and politically conscious. A few years later, the phrase "Stay Woke" turned up as part of spoken afterward in 1938 song "Scottsboro Boys," a protest song by blues musician Huddle Ledbetter or Leadbelly. The song describes the 1931 saga of a group of 9 black teenagers in Scottsboro, Arkansas, who were accused of raping the 2 white women. Oh, I think I remember that story. I'm pretty sure I learned about that story somewhere decades ago. If it's the same story that I'm thinking about. But yes, the theory of this like makes sense to me. Anywho, some good memes, some serious discourse was done. But now for real, all right, should we just kind of like ease into it? Yeah, I guess we should start here. Oklahoma board rejects first taxpayer funded religious school in the U.S. Whew. Oklahoma school board on Tuesday rejected the Catholic Church's application to create the first taxpayer funded religious indoctrination system in the school is a charter school in the U.S. A decision that could ignite a legal battle testing the concept of separation of church and state. I mean, like, there's no legal battle here. It's just that there should be separation of church and state. Period. Period. The application was to create the St. Isidore of Seville Catholic virtual school planned by its organizers to offer an online education for kindergarten through high school, initially for 500 students, eventually 1,500. The church has 30 days to make fixes to its application in areas on which the board focused during deliberations on Tuesday. The Steward Virtual Charter School Board is a state entity that considers applications for charter schools publicly funded but independently run that operate virtually in Oklahoma. The board's members were all appointed by Republican state officials. Any legal fight over St. Isidore could test the scope of the U.S. Constitution's First Amendment Establishment Clause, which restricts government officials from endorsing any particular religion or promoting religion over non-religion. Yeah. That Republican state representative would like a word. The Church of Satan will apply to start their own charter school based. If this happens, yeah, we definitely need some the Church of Satan. If the school has a religious curriculum, then I agree they should not get public money. Yeah, but it's like from the Catholic Church. No, thank you. Supporters and critics of the proposed school predicted a legal fight regardless of the outcome. Church officials said they hope the case will reach the Supreme Court, which, I wonder why. Whose 6-3 conservative majority have taken expansive views on religious rights, including 2 rulings since 2020 concerning schools in Maine and Montana. The school would cost Oklahoma taxpayers $25.7 million over its first 5 years of its operation. The idea for the school came from the Catholic Archdiocese of Oklahoma City. The law school at the University of Notre Dame, a Catholic institution in Indiana, helped with the application. 6-3 Catholic SCOTUS, exactly. Brett Farley, executive director of Catholic Conference of Oklahoma, said St. Isidore is intended primarily to meet the needs of rural families who desire Catholic education, but do not live any close to any physical schools. What is what? Okay, if a Catholic education, then go somewhere and pay for it, not out of tax dollars. If you want like Catholic indoctrination, like religious indoctrination, not out of taxpayers, that's for sure. Farley, whose organization represents the church on public policy issues, said the recent Supreme Court decision made him optimistic that the justices would allow a publicly funded Catholic charter school. Vermont is currently trying to pass bills here to battle this exact thing. 7 of 9 are Catholic, including Sotomayor. Wow. In a 6-8 decision, Carson v. Macon issued on June 21st further breaches the separation between church and state by requiring states to fund private religious schools if they fund any other private schools, even if those religious schools would use public funds for religious instruction and worship. Yeah, that's bullshit. Jesus Christ. Americans need to wake up to the reality that religious extremists are coming for public schools. I mean, yeah. Yeah, I don't want the Catholic Church anywhere near education. No, thank you. Given their track record around kids, no, thank you. It remains an open question on how the school would balance federal and state non-discrimination rules, such as barring discrimination based on sexual orientation. The school's stated aim in its application is to hire educators who live by the doctrine of the Catholic Church. Again, yeah, that would violate the whole church and state thing. Nope, get fucked. Which is, according to the U.S. Conference of Catholic Bishops, considered homosexuality a sin. Yeah, no thank you. Fuck off. Farley said he could not answer any questions about such hypothetical questions as hiring a gay teacher or admitting a gay student, but expressed confidence that the school could square with state regulations, federal regulations, and operate within the protections that the precedent has given us. This idea of separation in church and state is not constitutional. It's not anywhere in the Constitution's text, because the whole purpose, or at least supposedly on paper, was to make this country with the foundation of religious freedom. Like, they were very explicit about this whole separation of church and state thing. Generally, Catholic schools are not so bad. I was educated in a Catholic system, and I turned out a devout atheist. So, what does that say? Yeah. Nah, I'm completely against any of this garbage. No, thank you. Vermont uses independent schools, so they're trying to create a bill that won't allow funding for religious schools within the state without creating a loophole that they can go after regular independent schools for existing. Really, really weird and has people in a huff. Yeah, I mean, there's no reason like why we need like religious garbage being funded by taxpayers. The attack is to convert public schools into religious schools, right? Because like, I mean, you're gonna tell me that a Catholic church school with like Catholic church values, with Catholic church doctrine isn't going to have some kind of sway or bias as to how the kids are taught? Especially that statement, they who want a quote unquote Catholic education. Yeah, no thank you. Hard pass. GOP distrust in voting machine persists as Dominion and Fox News head to legal showdown. If that community wants their taxes go to that school, then why not? It's not our choice what type of education their kids receive. Yeah, but I'm saying that taxpayers shouldn't fund religious curriculums or religious garbage. If they want that type of education, then pay for it. Not out of our pocket, that's for sure. Religious curriculum should not be funded by public money. By the same token, Planned Parenthood should not be allowed to supply sex ed curriculum. Wait, what? What does that have to do with religious garbage? Education materials should not be religiously or philosophically influenced. Curricula should be determined by community funding. The community funding the school. The whole point of Planned Parenthood is to supply sex ed. But it's their school taxes that are paying for it. Part of it. Like, so let's say if I lived there, my taxes would be there. What if I had a kid? And because now, like they said, it's a rural area. Because now it's a rural area, my taxes are now going to fund that, and my kid is now going to be forced to go there. Nah. I don't know. Does that make sense? If we didn't have national standards, some communities would fall behind, and that would hurt the kids, which is externality government should adjust for. True. I think both options should be available, but if they're going to do this, then the churches should be taxed. Yes, but I don't want like that indoctrination in school. Does that make sense? The churches should be taxed regardless. Just like by the by, like that should just be like a general thing. But it has, in my opinion, when it comes to education, no. I don't want the church involved. No, thank you. If that makes sense. But yeah, the churches should be taxed regardless. But no, I don't want the church to exist. I don't want like the church influencing education. That shouldn't exist. Well, yeah, you as a parent or people who are parents have that choice. I'm saying that it shouldn't be like a thing that the government is propping up, because then you blur the lines between a church and state. Mind you, these people can and will implement a theocratic authoritarian state. And one of the ways to do it is through education. So I'm very like skeptical about that. What lines? I know. What lines? Yes, I know. Point taken. I'm just saying, I don't need these things to be worse. I went to had evangelical Catholics, Protestants, Adventists, Muslims, Sikhs, Hindus, and Shintos for the first 2 years. We had one class that taught academic Catholicism, 1 year of world religion, which was mostly self-study, and there was no overt indoctrination. Religious education is what a church is for, not schools. Yeah, exactly. Planned Parenthood is not ideologically neutral. It has philosophical agenda. Just because philosophy is based on a deity is not exclusionary. I don't know what this means. This means nothing. Like Planned Parenthood offers services. That's literally it. Planned Parenthood is there to offer like sex ed services. What are you talking about? This makes no sense. Who is Chong Galt? Jesus. I think it matters that the kids all hit the same standards of education. If students feel uncomfortable because their only option is a school with a religious lean they don't agree with, then it'd be easier if schools stay neutral. There you go. Planned Parenthood is a health clinic. Exactly. Anyways. First, the Shasta County Board of Supervisors in rural Northern California voted to cancel its contract with Dominion Voting Systems, citing public distrust of the company's machines. Based on nothing. The supervisors agreed to shift the hand counting ballots in future elections after receiving written assurance from one of the most vocal 2020 election deniers, MyPillow CEO Mike Lindell, that he would provide financial and legal resources to the county if it faced pushback over the move. Yeah, he's got bigger problems to worry about, but okay. The decision by a majority of supervisors in this deeply conservative county to end Dominion contract years before its expiration date and over the objection of the county's top election official, feelings over facts, illustrates how the attacks against the company continue to reverberate more than 2 years after the 2020 election. Right, like this only kind of strengthens Dominion's case against Fox. Dominion is preparing to face off in the coming days against Fox News in Delaware courtroom in a high-profile $1.6 billion defamation lawsuit. Dominion claims that the network recklessly disregarded the truth by peddling conspiracies advanced by the former president and his allies about his voting systems. Fox News denied any wrongdoing. Press X to doubt, given the communications between like executives and producers and all this other stuff. Yeah. Dominion, like, first of all, like, defamation lawsuits are incredibly hard. But definitely Dominion has brought has brought the receipts. If you've been watching the email communications between like the owner, high up there producers, if you see those communications, if you've seen those communications, oh yeah. They do sit on a throne of lies. That's the whole point. They don't care. Exactly. A judge ruled that Dominion can't bring up January 6th. To be fair, I don't know if it's relevant. Right. The philosophical belief that a fetus is not a human life. But that's true, though. A fetus is a fetus. And they further teach that abortion is a legitimate form of family planning. Because it is. I mean, like, if you have absolutely no other choice, and especially if, like, you know, it's your body, like, yeah, dude, it's a family planning choice. It all falls under that. That's what it is. It's family planning. The same thing, as you would, like, taking 2 pills. What are you talking about? This is like, you would consider taking, I don't know, birth control as family planning. Yeah. Their stating has more scientific backing. Exactly. So this is not like philosophical. Like you're trying to paint this as like some kind of ideological spin. Dude, this is just like basic shit. This is like basic shit. You know, I had somebody here the other day who unironically attempted to make the argument. Oh my God. Who unironically attempted to make the argument that a literal zygote is a human. Okay? So please, spare me. Okay? Please spare me. Pepperidge Farm remembers? Yes, Pepperidge Farm remembers when Big Brain Chatter attempted to make the argument that that an egg is a chicken because it is a chicken cell. Because it is the first stage into turning into a chicken, so therefore it is a chicken. Please spare me, please. When Native Americans were sterilized on reservations, that could have been considered a medical procedure, but clearly that's immoral. Yes, genocide is different than family planning. Yes, making a personal choice is different than yeah, dude. Cool. Thank you for pointing that out. Yes, genocide that was completely involuntary and forced upon is vastly different and a vastly different characterization than you making a choice of your own volition and of your body. Cool. Thanks for that. Jesus Christ. Is that how low we're trying to like make arguments? We're trying to say that like, yes, we could also consider the Native Americans who were sterilized as a quote unquote medical procedure. Yeah, dude, it's called fucking genocide. What? Oh my God. Medical procedures performed without patient's consent are generally considered unethical. Yeah, exactly. The whole point. Yeah, this got weird fast. I know. Like these people like swear they come out of the woodwork thinking that they're going to come here and like, make fucking arguments. No. I've seen a lot and I've heard a lot, okay? But oh boy. Yes, true. You know what? True. Fucking when Planned Parenthood basically comparing centuries-long functioning philosophy is the same as Planned Parenthood. True. Yeah, dude. When Planned Parenthood advocates for you making choices of your own volition, same thing as the indigenous genocide. You know what? True. Same thing. Same thing as forced sterilization. Dude, fucking true. God, the fucking arguments here. Whoo, boy. Dominion has also sued Lindell. Oh, I see what you're saying. Actually relevant to the conversation here. A judge, interesting that they can't bring up the one thing, the motivation as to why their company was slandered. Yeah, but they're they're talking about the false claims, not necessarily of like January 6th, right? So maybe that's not relevant. Maybe it'll end up being relevant. I don't know. I think it won't end up being relevant. Well, if systemic and economic oppression exists, the limits of choices and freedoms of people to live their lives freely, then when those economic circumstances force them to choose abortion, is that not genocide? No. No. The problem here is the poverty and the circumstances that allow that to happen. Not the fact that you chose or not choose. Like, you know how many how many people choose to have abortions and have already had kids? Sometimes poverty isn't even a factor of the equation. Sometimes people just want to have agency over their body. They just don't want children. They don't want any more children. They've had their second child. That's it. They're done. They took every single precaution possible, and it just happened. So now they've got to remediate that situation. I don't understand. Like, this is just like, I know you're trying to, like, get a dunk, but it's not going to work here. I'm sorry. You came to the wrong place. Usually, do these anti-abortion activists care about living children? Nah, they don't give a shit about any of that. Well, at least the ones you see. The big lie, of which slander was part of, was set the stage to steal the election on January 6th, but legally, maybe they don't need it. Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. Maybe like for their case to prove that like defamation happened because they willingly and knowingly, like spread lies. I think that's that to harm the company, which ended up harming the company. Is at the crux of this argument, I think. Maybe you're right. Maybe it's going to end up not being relevant. Yeah, abortion isn't genocide because genocide is intentional of like a specific group of people. When you talk about genocide, you're generally talking about a marginalized group of people. Generally. You're saying like, oh, genocide is an intent to eradicate a minority group, like the indigenous people. That was a genocide. Yeah, don't make me tap the diploma. Hey, listen, buddy. Stop digging, okay? Do you see this diploma? Let me see if I can pull it up. Come on, where is it? Oh, you've got to be kidding me. How embarrassing. Is it in my downloads? Yes, okay. Bro, he's got a diploma. You're done. Yeah, read the diploma if you can. You know, pull it up on the big TV screen, okay? And zoom in, all right? This is a diploma certificate that was awarded to me. That was awarded to me on June 11th of the year 2049. Okay, that's when it was awarded to me. I've completed the assessment of knowledge acquired in the course above, which is Advanced International School of Bullshit Detection. Okay? All right? So, please. I don't place a great deal of stock in arguments to it. Oh my god, he didn't understand it was a joke. That's not a real diploma. Bro, oh my god. Oh my god. It's not a real diploma. Holy shit. It was a joke. It was a joke. Holy shit. With Western disease? Yes. They removed the indigenous people off their place and forced them. Oh my god. Dude, I'm not talking about like incidental, like may or may not have been incidental disease. I don't know what that quote unquote Western, what are you talking about? Did you not learn anything about like American history? About like the Trail of Tears? Did you not learn like a single thing about what happened? Lost in translation? Lost in space, dude. Holy shit. My understanding is that most abortion takes place before the fetus can do any thinky things. Yes. Well, yeah, it's not yes, it's not just understanding that happened. Did they not know we gave indigenous people blankets with pox on them deliberately? Yes, that also happened. But like the systematic removal and annihilation of indigenous people, that was a thing that happened. I'm talking about like the specifically like the United States government as to what they did as well. The systematic removal and destroying of indigenous like people, culture, yeah, dude, that's intentional genocide. Curious Asparagus, how's it going? Anyways, like as someone who like has like actually for real, as someone who has like indigenous roots from Central and South America, mostly Central America, to learn like what the Spanish did, the systematic elimination and eradication of the indigenous people there, yeah, please, you can spare me with whatever bullshit ahistorical attempt that you're going to try to do. You can just spare us all with that, okay? Because history is pretty fucking damning. The Trail of Tears, yes. But yeah, as someone who has had to study what happened in Central America and South America, what happened in the colonial area, colonial era, yeah, dude. We all heard about all we heard about was a tiny bit of the Trail of Tears in grade school, and it was so much worse than that. There was so many Trail of Tears. Yep. That's true. That's true. It was a systematic removal of indigenous people. Like, I'm just talking about like that particular era. We're not we haven't even touched what Carpet Packs has talked about. We didn't even touch on that. Nor did we even touch about, like I said, what happened in Central America too. Yes, the re-education schools, schools in mostly North America, like North and Canada. So please, spare me. Spare us. Some of it was inspired by the discovery of gold on the lands and passing laws to take that land. Yes, on the this all has like a very this like manifest destiny principle, which came from oh man, I forget the document. I read about this too. It was a document from the Catholic Church, no less. Yeah, that's where this whole thing kind of started. Mass kill off the bison to starve the natives. Yep. For agriculture and water rights, that's true too. Till this day, they're still fighting for some of that. In the year of our Lord 2023. Also cursing people into agreeing deals to deals that they didn't understand and then enforcing those deals with violence, i.e. murdering them. Quite literally. That's right, Becky. We actually went over this. Stop. This is incredibly bad faith. The point that I was trying to make was to prove the intentionality. Stop. Stop. The goalposts have been moved so far that you're literally talking about Genghis Khan? What are you on about? Jesus Christ. I mean, I specifically asked you to spare me like some ahistorical bullshit. If you watch a History of the World Part 2, we're all related to the Khan. Yeah, I mean, I kind of sort of understand. But that has nothing to do with my point. Anyways. You gotta come up with some better shit, man. This is not very convincing. Yeah, let's just get back on topic. This is, not only is this like nonsensical, we're talking about Genghis Khan. Whatever, dude. I mean, listen, I hope you have good health insurance, because your hip must be in bad shape from that pivot. Holy shit. History's not a monolith. Pretty sure it's not what I said. Taking events out of context. What events did I take out of context? And then attempting to apply their morality to the present day? What? What are you talking about? Oh my god. This makes no sense to the original point. Alright, I'm done. You're not making any sense. Nor is this like a productive conversation. I don't think you're really I don't think you're being in good faith. People knew that shit was wrong back then. Yes. So like I don't understand. So what was the point of even making that comment? Debate bro BS? Yeah, the problem here is that like debate bro bullshit doesn't really fly here because like I will call you out on this bullshit. You're just wrong. You're just wrong. What are you talking about? No one's saying that. No one did any of the things that you're talking about. No one here took historical events out of context. I mean, like, if you're having trouble, we can Google the definition of genocide. If you're having trouble with words, we can just Google the definition of genocide. Jesus fucking Christ. My debate skills or lack thereof have nothing to do with the genocides that occurred. Yes. What did I walk into? It's okay. Genocide denial, essentially. Truck carrying 40,000 pounds of toxic soil from East Palestine. Train derailment crashes on the highway. A truck that was responsible for carrying 40,000 pounds of contaminated soil from East Palestine, Ohio, where a train was carrying hazardous material, overturned on Monday. Jesus Christ. Yeah, like, oh my God. I'm sorry, you're right. The whole original thing was attempting to make the argument that, Jesus, we've pivoted so hard in an attempt to, like, divert from the original point that, yes, you're correct, Becky. Someone attempted to compare Native American genocide with abortions. Yes, that was the entire, like, argument. I raised that the American... Yeah, but it's just wrong. And yet met with that criteria. Likewise, abortion results in a decimation of a potential population, been intentional or not. No, this has nothing to do with genocide. Like, the definition of genocide must be different than abortion because these are two different things. I mean, you could try to spin that any way you want, and you can try to perform Olympic levels of mental gymnastics, but you're just fucking wrong. You're also wrong about the fact that, like, this wasn't intentional. Are you sure about that? Because there's plenty of writings that would prove otherwise. The 10 stages of genocide: classification, symbolism, discrimination, dehumanization, organization, polarization, preparation, persecution, extermination, and then denial. Yeah. Anyways, I'll repost. Anyways, to put this train back on the tracks. You believe the fetuses are more important than the full-grown people carrying them. Yeah, I mean, at the end of the day, it's this all like sick, twisted logic is just to try to prove that point. Damn. Cool. Thank you for pointing that out, Becky. Anyways, I don't have to waste more time on this. Dominion has also sued Lindell and the Trump-aligned attorneys Sidney Powell and Rudy Giuliani, along with two smaller right-wing networks, Newsmax and OAN. Each lawsuit offers detailed rebuttals of conspiracy theories that have flourished in pockets of the country and conservative media circles ever since Trump and his allies began pushing claims that the 2020 presidential election was stolen. The recent actions by Shasta County shows the lasting power of these lies, said Larry Norden, Senior Director of Elections and Government Program at the liberal-leaning Brennan Center of Justice. At New York, it's called, no, they're not, stop. Nope. There's acts of genocide that were intentional, but they did not occur all the way from 1492. If abortion is murder, then a blowjob is cannibalism. Yes, thank you. Originally, there was friendly relations, and then what happened? And then what happened, dude? And then what happened? And then what happened? Ah, yes. One day, the pilgrims came and they had a powwow where they all shared food, and then like, yeah, dude, that's the end of the story. Fuck off. I would also like argue, how did these how did the disease get there? What was the intentionality for that? I don't know, dude. It's exhausting. Anyways, if you want to have like an ahistorical view of what happened and what can be provable, then you do you, but you're just completely wrong. And I would highly suggest to just like, I don't know, educate yourself. Because like I said, you can spare us this ahistorical like fantasy that you have going on in your head. In an attempt to like use that twisted logic to say genocide is the same as abortion. Because fundamentally, it seems that what matters is taking away what people's choice. I don't understand. Fuck off. Abortions are going to occur whether they're legal or not. How about we make sure they aren't dangerous to the health of the host? Thank you. How about the only action that the government needs to do in this situation is to ensure that people have is to ensure that people have bodily autonomy, and that's it. That's the only thing the government should be interested in doing in this situation. Not getting involved in people's personal choices. Period. I see what they're trying to say, but their connections are incorrect. Yeah, they're just pretty plain wrong. Not only are like abortions and genocide completely different, the way that he had to attempt to like bend himself into pretzels to try to will that into existence is astounding. And then to tell me that like some actions were unintentional and like, yeah, dude, when the settlers first came, sometimes in the initial interactions they were nice. Therefore, genocide didn't have. What was the point of that? Anyways, I'm wasting enough time. I've wasted enough time. So Fox News lawsuit, Dominion, they're looking pretty fucked. So anyways, it's having real life consequences the way we're going to be running. But the genocide wasn't actually that bad. True. In fact, it didn't exist according to this person. Because like that's the only natural like line of thought that I can think of. Because like, what was the point of making a comment of like, well, you know, originally may not have been, bro, are you serious? I don't know. Whatever. Officials with Dominion called Shasta's movie yet another example of how lies about Dominion have damaged their company, but declined to further comment on the county's action. The Shasta supervisors who voted to end the contract said they acted because public trust in Dominion machines have eroded. Why? You can't put a price tag on voter trust. Why? Why would there be mistrust of Dominion voting machines? Was there a specific reason? If so, what is that reason? Was it a valid reason? No. Dominion has argued a Fox News lawsuit in the Fox News lawsuit that canceled contracts like these and lost business opportunities going forward are why it deserved the $1.6 billion in damages. Fox News has aggressively pushed back against that figure, claiming Dominion manipulated the underlying data to generate a highly inflated, attention-grabbing number. So we're not going to dispute like that. We're not going to dispute the core of the case. Okay. Dominion, which began some 2 decades ago. Okay, I don't need this crap. Blah 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 blah. Some of the Dominion lies appear to have originated from a Minnesota woman who emailed Powell, then Fox News host Lou Dobbs, and GOP legal activist Tom Fitton hours after news outlets projected Biden's victory on November 7th of 2020. The woman claimed that Dominion was a Democratic front that led a multi-state scheme to steal the election. Holy shit! Oh my God, chat. Hey, chat. What's the what's the saying? Every accusation is a... What happened? Which party? Tell me, chat. Which party led a multi-state scheme to steal the election? Which party led a multi-state scheme to shoehorn fake electors in an attempt to overturn the 2020 election? Which party was that? Sorry, I didn't study. Yes, every accusation is just a confession. Admission, confession. Tomato, tomato. Unreal. Unreal. Yeah, Trump's party. That's right, the Republican Party led a multi-state scheme to steal the election. Oh man. Though she said her theories came from the wind, which speaks to her and admitted they were pretty wackadoodle according to the court filings. Oh man. In the following days, Powell and Giuliani parried many of these same unfounded claims about Dominion on Dobbs' Dobbs show on Fox Business Channel and other Fox programs. Many of these appearances are at the heart of Dominion's defamation case against Fox. Yes, the wind spoke to her. Yes, and this person emailed Sidney Powell, and this is how this... One of the reasons how... one of the origin points of this. Yes, the wind. The wind spoke to a lady who emailed Sidney Powell, and that's what it was. For its part, Fox denies that it defamed Dominion or anyone else, as their on-air personalities were merely covering newsworthy allegations of election. Really, yeah, bullshit. Listen, there's a difference between. Gotta bounce. See you later. Thank you so much for stopping by. I appreciate it. There's a difference between me saying, "Hey, release the Kraken." There's a difference between saying, "Hey, the president of the United States is saying some completely outlandish claims with absolutely no evidence to back this up," and then me. Or there's a difference between saying that, which is accurate reporting, that's what the president said, and there's no evidence to back that claim. versus me platforming Sidney Powell, who's on the president's team at that time, completely no pushback whatsoever, just and in most cases agreeing with that with the claims. There's a completely different scenario here. Of election and regulators from public figures who have prominent roles as the top advisors to the sitting president in 2020. Paulus became more public facing as he defended the company. Dominion has not and has never been a front for communists. What? As he rattled committee that he told the Michigan Senate Oversight Committee in December of that year, as he rattled off an array of fast-spreading conspiracy theories. Dominion has no ties to the Pelosi family, Feinstein family, Clinton family, or George Soros. The comments about our company being started in Venezuela with Cuban money with the intent to steal elections are beyond bizarre and complete lies. My company started in my basement, which happened to be in Toronto, and our only intention was to help blind people vote on paper ballots. Anyways, we're still going to see what the effect, what the outcome of this is going to be. Hopefully, it means that Fox News will take a big fat L. Roseanne Barr believes this also. Yeah. So this kind of just to bring this, to tie this all here. Printer problem in Arizona election traced to the changes in ballot paper. So there was a big brouhaha that only Republicans made because of some issues that were happening, and they were trying to use that as a way of claiming that there was election fraud or whatever bullshit. Carrie Lake still continues to assert this. However, as it turns out, the problems that happened during this election weren't because people were doing any kind of shenanigans whatsoever. The problem was simply paper. It was the wrong kind of paper. And it messed up the printers. That's it. That's literally it. There's no giant conspiracy by the Democratic Party to change the elections or anything of that case. You're thinking of the Republican Party, who clearly, who had provable attempts to change the elections, failed. But no, there's no issue with the Arizona election. It was paper. It was paper. I know these people want to live in like large fantasy land, but it was literally just paper. That's it. If the Democrats rigged the election, they'd give themselves more than a 5-seat advantage. True. True. Fuck it. If you're going to rig the election, you might as well give yourself the best perks, right? As we know, most fraud was by Trump supporters. Man arrested in wife's murder, now accused of voting for Trump in her name. Not surprised. Not surprised. Every accusation ends up being a confession, folks. All right. For real though, this is going to be a bit of a heavy story. So you've or a heavy topic, I should say. So you've been warned. Content warning, heavy topic. As we know, the incident that happened in Tennessee, with the mass shooting incident that happened in Tennessee, we got a little bit more details as to what went on with that person. Yeah, heavy topic. It is. And the reason I think like why it's important to talk about this, because like I think that the truth fucking matters. And the fact that like these right-wing fucking absolute ghouls have decided to use this incident, to use the 3 dead children and 3 dead adults as a club to attack the trans community and use this as a way, because there's still tweets out there, and by the way, even if they attempt to delete them, those tweets are forever, okay? Those tweets are forever. And you can find them in the archive. There's screenshots, I'm sure. Those tweets are forever. Trying to say that this is like a part of like, oh, the trans ideology or whatever. So far, as to even without evidence as to the motivation of this person, attempted to brand them as trans terrorists attacking Christians because it was a Christian school without any evidence, any release of any information. They immediately started making those accusations and those, obviously rage-inducing videos, tweets. You've seen them. They were all over Twitter. You couldn't really escape it. Your Steven Crowders, your Matt Walshes. Yeah, I saw that tweet. Well, it turns out we got a little bit more detail of the manifesto. It's easy to escape Twitter by not using Twitter. Ha! True. We got a little bit of detail from the actual manifesto. Authorities have yet to release the what was written publicly, but the TBI, the Tennessee Bureau of Investigator Director David Rausch, did talk candidly about the contents of this manifesto at Tennessee Sheriff's Association meeting. Rausch said what police found isn't so much as a manifesto, but spelling out a target, but series of rambling writings indicative of no clear motive. So these absolute pieces of shit decided to sit on top of the corpses of these 6 people and use them to attack the trans community simply because it is absolutely disgusting. And on top of that, without a shred of evidence. This just came out today or last night. Or yesterday. Sorry, this is very recent. Investigators searched the Nashville home of the Covenant School shooter, leaving, among other things, a number of handwritten journals, some videos, and computer hard drives. Rausch told sheriffs that the review so far of the material finds that the killer did not write about specific political, religious, or social issues. So in other words, this was not an act of terror. This was not an act of terror. In fact, the primary focus in the journals is on idolizing those who committed prior school shootings. So it's very clear now that we've got a little bit more of a clearer picture to kind of say what exactly happened. So to me, it sounds like this person may have targeted within the school, and it probably caused them to snap. No, they just idolized school shooters, and that's the school that they went to. It can be frustrating to have your idea. True, dude. You know what? I get frustrated when my ideas are challenged. True. No, it's because it was fucking wrong. It was completely ahistorical. It had nothing to do with the point that you were trying to make, and your original point wasn't even sound to begin with. Anyways. It's not that my ideas are... My ideas being challenged isn't frustrating, okay? That's not the problem. Did you hear that the mother of the 6-year-old who was shot, the teacher was charged? Yes! But not charged harshly enough. they were charged with negligence or something like that. Nah, they should be charged with the crime that the kid would have committed, if that makes sense. So I don't know, assault with a deadly weapon. That's what the parents should be charged with, on top of the negligence. Because like, what the fuck? How the fuck did they get that gun? Sorry, if you have a firearm, if you own a firearm, if you own a firearm, and an unauthorized person or a minor gets a hold of it and they, kill somebody with it, you're the one that should be charged with manslaughter. You're the one that should be charged with manslaughter. If they injure a person with said firearm, you're the one that should be charged for aggravated whatever the charge would have been. It is your response. It's just bizarre. It's just wild to me. Wild to me that all that she's gonna face is like a negligence charge or something like that. Whatever. That teacher could have died. You should own a gun cabinet that should use a fingerprint, not a lock. Ideally, yeah, and ideally, you would have harsher punishment on the person who owns a firearm, because if you're owning a firearm, that responsibility is a grave responsibility. And if a 6-year-old is able to get to your firearm and bring it to school somehow without you noticing, and then ends up shooting somebody or a kid or a teacher, yeah, dude, all that's on you. All that's on you. Negligent discharge of a firearm is a crime, so you should be charged with that, because there's no reason as to why that 6-year-old should have had that gun. You should be charged with the, aggravated whatever, assault with a deadly weapon, and the negligence charge, and child endangerment. Anyways. The primary focus is on idolizing those who committed prior school shootings. They appear to have followed their lead planning for months and acted alone. Certainly more details will emerge, but Rausch indicated that it does not appear the shooter wrote any particular agenda regarding politics or targeted a specific person or even religion. So for now, a clear motive remains a mystery. So yeah, they weren't targeting a specific person or even religion. They were idolizing school shooters like the Columbine shooters, who were listed in the small glimpse that we got, who were listed there. And that just happens to be the school that they went to. That's it. Files $40 million lawsuit after she said that. Wow, dude. There was warnings? Oh my god. And the school did fuck all? So, the parents failed. Administrators failed to act. And this teacher could have fucking died. Wow. I hope she gets every penny of that. There are many rumors and unconfirmed conclusions fed by conspiracy theories, but none of them have been confirmed by actual facts. The kid was supposed to have a constant parent monitoring because he tried to choke a teacher in the past. Jesus Christ. What? Wait. So then why would the parent, knowing that this is the way the kid behaves, knowing that this is the way the kid is, why on God's green earth would you have a fucking firearm? This was the first day a parent didn't accompany him? Wow. Why would they even think about owning a firearm or not having it in like the most safest of safes is beyond me, knowing that their kid has like behavioral problems. That is ludicrous. Ludicrous. Anyways. Wow. Hopefully at some point the so-called manifesto or journal writings will be made to the public so people can see for themselves. The writings remain under careful review, not only by the Metro Police, but by the FBI Behavioral Analysis Unit based in Quantico. Yeah. So, anyways, this is a very heavy topic, especially because like these right wing ghouls have decided to again sit on the corpses of these 6 people and wield that to attack the trans community, to call to say things like the trans terrorists when this had absolutely nothing to do with terrorism. And then to use that to paint a broad brush across all of the trans community is abhorrent. And to then use that as a massive broad brush. The scene with the Riley Gaines as their new soapbox, yeah, but like this is truly disgusting. The fact that they like used a fucking like mass shooting incident with zero shame, and then be like, yeah, we're gonna sit on top of these 6 dead people, 3 of them children, to fucking attack the trans community with it. Fuck you. In the case of the 6-year-old shooting, in my opinion, the teacher failed to protect the rest of the students in her charge. Shut the fuck up. How do you know that that's not protocol of what she can and cannot do, despite the fact that she went up to the administration and told them several times and she was ignored? You know, you can't just put your hands on kids. You know, there's like protocols to this shit, and she tried to go through the protocols. Fuck off. Jesus Christ. Wow. Mind-blowing from abortion, brought to you by the same fucking chatter who says abortion is genocide. And actually genocide didn't happen because sometimes it wasn't intentional and everybody was happy and peaceful when the settlers came. What the fuck are you on? Holy shit. Brought to you by that same logic. Yeah, dude, totally. The teacher was completely to blame. You know what? True. The teacher should have brought out her 9mm that she had as concealed carry and should have immediately shot the kid to protect it. What the fuck are you on about? Holy shit. If the child is choking teachers, many years of supervision and therapy because maybe... Yeah, and the fact that they had a gun in the house blows my mind. The fact that these people had a gun in the house blows my mind. The fact that these people had a gun in their house blows my fucking mind. Knowing that they had this situation. A teacher cannot search private property of a student without permission. Thank you. There's fucking protocols to this shit. And she tried to go through the protocols by asking like, hey, to the administration, there's something wrong here, and they didn't listen. Fuck off. Anyways. Any well-armed society is pretty prudent to me to be armed as well, but yeah, nah, this is not good logic. Not in this situation. Like, not in this situation. Not in this situation. This is like, yeah, dude, I understand that there's like, 10,000 hammers, and like, I don't know, I guess the option is to make sure that everybody has a hammer. What? This doesn't make any sense. The problem was that multiple points of failure happened. Their parents, for some reason, knowing that their kid had this issue, this behavioral issue, were completely irresponsible to even have a firearm in the house. Why would you be this irresponsible? Okay? You're free to not be armed? That's not the point. That's not the point that I'm making. The point that I'm making is, if you know that you have a kid specifically with these behavioral problems, Why would you feel it prudent to then introduce a firearm to the equation? Oh yeah, dude, just keep them out of your the hands of your kid, bro. Wow, dude, phenomenal advice. Thank you, dude. Phenomenal advice. Damn, dude. The next time I want some Giga 200 200D fucking advice, yeah, dude, just keep them out of the hands of a fucking 6-year-old or whatever, dude. True. You know what? I didn't think about that. How well does that work when the police know who the bad guy is if we all have guns? Yeah, it's not just the kids. I know, but in this particular scenario, like, it's incredibly egregious that you would even introduce a firearm to the scenario of knowing that your kid has these behavioral problems, knowing that your kid had a history of having like these erratic, violent actions, knowing that you had to be there 24/7 essentially because he tried to choke a teacher. You introduce a firearm to the scenario? What? Anyways. I don't agree with these parents that should have owned the gun, though. That is bad. I mean, like, there needs to be rules and regulations as to how this works, right? That's the whole point of advocating for, like, common sense laws, right? That's the whole point. Like, if you know, like, this is, like, common sense, right? If you know that you have a person in the house, a child specifically, because children get into everything. If you think that that child cannot get into your whatever, they can, okay? And furthermore, knowing that a fucking child has had behavioral problems, and then you introduce a firearm to the situation, that is unbelievably irresponsible and egregious. Why would you think that that is a good idea? But laws can be hurtful. I couldn't own a gun in New York for having a federal flag on my record, but I can own one in Vermont and carry without a permit. I don't, but I could. I mean, yeah, but there are, like, limits to this shit. You know what I mean? Like, if the 6-year-old is shooting a teacher, how do we know the child cannot kill 3 or more people out of anger? Maybe. Who knows? I don't know. Just to be clear, this isn't like just Thanos snapping guns, okay? I know that's not gonna happen. I'm asking for some common sense here, right? Like, I'm asking for some common sense, right? Like, I'm not. This isn't some wild, like, asinine, like, proposal that I'm like, I'm not, like, not making sense here, right? Like, if you know that your kid has behavioral problems, I mean, anyways. It does scare me a little how liberals feel on guns. Some of us actually need firearms to protect ourselves. I scare off animals all the time with mine. It's almost bear season. Now, I'm not saying like Thanos snap guns. Listen, I'm asking for some solutions here, you know? I'm asking for some solutions here. Work with me. You're not, but some of the left is very much just ban all guns. I mean, hey, listen, if there was a day and age where nobody needed guns and, like, cool, amen. All right, we'll all like, Thanos snap guns, but government and police first. People with families can own a firearm because depending on where you are, you might need it. Yep. In Alaska, true. So who's gonna tell the bear in my yard to shoo? Hey, listen, I've run after bears, okay? I've run after bears. It'll be alright. Nah, I'm kidding. Not kidding about running after the bear, though. I did do that. Are guns easier to get than knives? No. If they are weapons, take responsibility. People are acting these shootings are real. Yes. People need to take responsibility. And if there is no responsibility, then you kind of leave that door open, right? Then we do need to take action, right? Then we do need to take action. Like if you're having like 6-year-olds with behavioral problems, managing to get themselves a hold of a gun. I mean, like at some point we got to be like, listen, bro, if this happens, you're done. You're done. Not only can you never own firearms again, you're going to be charged with whatever crimes, they committed. I mean, you're done. You're done. That's it. Why not classes for guns like when you get your hunting license? I mean, we could start there. It's not a bad thing. It's not necessarily a bad thing. I'm not exactly against that. So here's my argument. All right, TLDR before I go. More classes and background checks. That's semi-automatics. Let's start there. I mean, like anything that can kind of put conversations on the table for some real, like, actual solutions. Red flag law that would have worked. A red flag law that, like, hey, if you are deemed a threat to yourself or others, maybe for a small period of time, you should not be allowed access to firearms until we can find out what the fuck is going on. I'm just saying. That's another example. And I know that the counter argument is like, well, they can be weaponized. Maybe. But you can mitigate that. Because that's the whole point of an investigation, right? Like if you call the cops on somebody and they figure out that you're just bullshitting them, you're more liable to get in trouble too, right? So I'm just saying, like, if you do bullshit calls, I'm going to want that semi-auto and facing off the fascist government one day. Oh, man. Listen, there's a whole other plethora. There's a whole other fucking rabbit hole. Listen, these fucking, like, far-right extremists, along with, like, the police and, like, the government that has all the guns and all the weapons, yeah, dude. I don't know. Not quite comfortable with that. When you see fucking Nazis in broad daylight waving big ass fucking swastikas, holding like revolvers, I don't know, dude. Some kind of license is a start. You need a license, insurance, and classes. Yeah, I mean, like literally, like you can put forth like some of these solutions to get the conversation started. But like something's got to give. You know what I mean? Something's got to give. I'm sorry. Like I don't mean that like you're gonna Thanos snap all guns tomorrow. But like Jesus Christ, this at some point like enough is enough, right? Like what's the number of like when's the number of like mass shootings and school shootings and like dead people? Like when do we like start to kind of like draw the line and say like, you know what? I think we need to have a conversation about this. I think we need to have like, some kind of like fucking legislation that will actually attempt to address this problem. That's all. I mean, Jesus fucking Christ. Like, does that sound unreasonable? No, I don't think so. I agree. We all need gun reform. Yeah, like Jesus, anything. There's not going to be a serious discussion until culture changes. I don't know how many dead kids that will take. Who knows? I don't know. I'm asking for fucking solutions, okay? I'm asking for reasonable solutions, and I'm asking for solutions that could potentially actually start to work. Or maybe dead old people. When they did nothing after Newtown, I meant it just keeps getting worse. Oh, okay, gotcha. Sorry, I missed that one. Yeah, there was another one in Kentucky. Yeah, that was the bank one, right? The one that happened yesterday. The bank one, 4 people. Yes, and some 2 police officers died. Yep. Nothing is scarier than getting that notification from your school. Yeah, exactly. 123 shootings on. Oh, yep. There was a scam in my area. It locked down both of my kids' school, and it stops your heart. Yeah, shit. I bet. Jesus. All right, folks. I do got to get going. It is almost 8 o'clock, and I didn't manage to get through every single thing. I'm missing one. Becky, maybe you can take this one. No. Maybe you can take this one. Not that it's surprising. All right, folks, if you guys enjoyed the content, don't forget to hit the follow button. It really does help us out. You get 6 free emotes, and we're here Monday through Thursday, 5 p.m. Eastern Time. And if you want to help us, I won't be twitching until Monday. Well, there you go. There's a little bit of content for ahead of the game. Got to be ahead of the game. If you guys can't support the channel monetarily, I'm going to go even further beyond. Why don't you hit the big red subscribe button on the YouTube channel? It really does help us out. Spread the word far and wide. We're here Monday to Thursday, 5 p.m. Make sure you join some of these wonderful folks also in chat. Beccasphere, Mondays, and wait, what? When? Mondays and what other day, or only Mondays? Because now I'm confused. Make sure you follow them on Twitch. I saw Alio share as well. Mondays and Fridays, but not this. Oh, okay, gotcha. So yeah, join the stream Mondays and Fridays. You'll see me there, or maybe you won't. You know, I'm just kind of hidden in the background until I'm needed, most of the time. But yeah, join them there. Twitch.tv/Beccasphere, Twitch.tv/AlioShare. Got a couple wonderful folks. Thank you so much for the subscription, the biddies. Thank you guys. The follow, appreciate it. Thank you. You guys are what makes this channel grow. I really appreciate that. Thank you guys so much. As always, please stay safe. Please take care of each other. I love you all, and I hope to see you guys in the next one tomorrow, 5 p.m. Eastern Time. See ya. Thank you so much. I appreciate it, Becky. Thank you for the raid as well. Thank you, Michael Hassler. Appreciate it. Later, Mayhem Hippie. Thank you so much for hanging out. Appreciate that. All right, folks. Hang tight. We're heading out in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. See ya.